Hey guys, how you doing? This is GuanYu007, also known as Mr. Misogyny, because women's knees need massaging, sometimes more than once. How you guys doing today? So, I know I haven't covered E3, and I did watch it, and I did like a lot of things that I saw out of E3. The reason why I didn't put out a video because time constraints. I didn't have time to put out videos and play an MMO and go to work for all of fucking 12 hours a day almost. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my goddamn opinion now of how E3 went. First up was the Xbox E3, which I thought went great. Now, mind you, I do not like Xbox. I do not like their products. But damn it, they did so good in their E3 that it was literally I don't hate anything that they did. I don't dislike any games that they showed. I mean, aside from the Gears of War beta, which is kind of, the graphics are, I want to say the graphics are a little bit below the Gears of War that you see on the 360. But then again, that's a beta, so I'm not going to hold anything against that. I'm just saying that the beta is out, and you know what? Fuck it. That's what the beta is. But what was the big draw to Microsoft's E3 wasn't the car. Wasn't the president of Ford that pops out. No. It was backwards compatibility. Now, the emulation of the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One should have been a given, because they're both running DirectX, which shouldn't be a problem. The only difference is I think they're correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the 360 is running PowerPC as their architecture, and emulating PowerPC on the architecture, emulating PowerPC to the x86 architecture should have really been easy, considering they're both consoles, and it shouldn't have been a problem. I would believe the power of the Xbox One should be able to handle Xbox 360 games. I'm hearing a lot of problems, but again, it is in beta, and you can't review a beta. That's just how it is. You just can't review a beta. I don't care what Digital Foundry does. I don't give a fuck about their damn frame rate tests. You can't review a beta. Reviewing a beta is asinine. I'm talking to you, Digital Foundry. Anyway, so that was a great thing. I believe that is actually a good thing. I like to see the community try to go back and boot up old games. Not just remakes. I mean, actually, let you use your own old games, and that's a good thing. Okay, next up was Sony, and Sony pulled out some heavy guns out there, and the heavy guns that are memorable to me was the actual Final Fantasy VII remake, because they trolled the fuck out of everyone last year, and that was hilarious. So when they pulled out the new trailer, yeah, it looks like it's happening, and that trailer looks like it's been in that makes it look like they've been developing this game for years. So I understand now, and I'm cool with it. The Kickstarter for Shenmue 3, which if you're a millennial gamer, you're not going to understand what Shenmue 3 is. In fact, I don't care if you don't fucking understand what Shenmue 3 is. I was Shenmue on Dreamcast when you probably were still a fucking baby sperm in your fucking dad's sack. So anyone hating the fact that Shenmue 3 is coming out because they don't know it, get the fuck out of here. Close the fucking door. do yourself a favor. Go into the fucking car, go into the garage, get in your dad's car, turn that bitch on, let the fucking fumes fly, and inhale. Kill yourself. Shenmue is a fucking classic. An insta fucking classic. But what was so surprising is the actual person who developed it, who was waiting on Sega, just said, fuck it, he's going to do it without them. And that rarely happens. Rarely happens. So that's a good thing. No Man's Sky was another one. Now, I know that's the multiplat, and that's awesome, but No Man's Sky deserves a lot of attention. When they did the pullback of the galaxy and how many planets that you can just go and commingle, and oh my god, it was great. It was awesome. So they just went, landed on a random planet, and we saw that there was life. Actually, the guy had it wrong. He said there was no life, and then we saw there was life on there, and he's like, oh, well, shit, fucked up. You know, I like seeing that in E3. I like seeing people actually, if they're going to random shit and go, well, you know, there's probably no life on this planet. Well, I was wrong. And gathering resources, making pods. Oh god, it looks like the game I'm definitely looking forward to. I want to see No Man's Sky succeed so much because it looks like it deserves to be there. Now, the next game they showed, of course, was Guardians, The Last Guardian. That's what it was called. And I like Iku, and I played a little of the Shadow Colossus, and I'm just going to say it wasn't my cup of tea. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Games looked beautiful then, but it wasn't my cup of tea. So, The Last Guardian, I see that as it's an alright title, but nothing I want to see. I mean, our opinions are different, so check that out later on. And of course, they debuted the twin in a second kit, and she looks awesome. That was great. They also pulled out, and I'm trying to think right now what else they pulled out, because I had it for like 5 seconds and I think I forgot it. Because what was her name? Edna, the twin for Assassin's Creed. She was just demolishing. But yeah, so I'm going to skip the next game I thought of. And the last game they showed was an actual running, working Drake's Thieves in Uncharted. And it looked awesome. Now, it looked awesome, but I've seen this trick did before. So I want to know if that was an actual PS4 running it, or was that a PC build running it. Like I said, I've seen this trick done before, and I don't. It needs to be shown that was actually a PS4 or a PC. I'm not going to deny the game looks good, but when I see the game looks a little too good, I start to doubt it a little bit. Alright, now up next is, of course, Nintendo. And the Muppets that Nintendo did was kind of ridiculous, and yeah, it was kind of ridiculous, and I kind of fell asleep on them. And I hate the fact that I kind of fell asleep on them. But yeah, a lot of the games that they showed were for the 3DS. And again, I can't recall any game on the 3DS that, floated my boat or whatnot. So we're gonna move on to the Wii U, which seems like they're not supporting at all, aside from a Star Fox that I think is going to be on the Wii U. This hurts because, you know, I was a fan of Nintendo for a while. The Wii U's fucking dead. And Nintendo seems to be going that same route right now. I'm sorry, the Muppets were just way too fucking much. I don't understand what the fuck they were thinking. I mean, they made jokes of themselves. They tried to take the memes of Iwata looking at, you know, the little meme that Iwata looks at bananas lustfully and shit with the Muppets, and I just looked at that. I was like, where's their games? None of the games on the 3DS actually even look like something that I would want to buy. They had a new Metroid on there, and it doesn't look like Metroid. It just looks like a small shooter game. Like, if you put it in first person with Mega Man, it's like, I don't know. I didn't think that Nintendo did a good showing. Star Fox, I was a Star Fox fan a long time ago, and these graphics, and I'm not saying the graphics should be great to be playable and be fun. I'm not a snob. I don't believe that. But it almost looks like Nintendo 64 graphics, and I don't understand why the hell it looks like they're going backwards. But yeah, that was Nintendo. If there was a developer, I would say that one E3, when I looked at it, it would have been Bethesda. Of course, Fallout 4 was a big focus, but of course they showed Rainbow Six and a lot of other games, including Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And from what it looks like to me is, excuse me. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm mixing devs here. Between the devs, Fallout 4 for Bethesda was just awesome. However, I don't understand why Todd Howard actually said that mod support was going to be only for Xbox One. That doesn't sound exactly right or true, especially not from the tweets that they sent beforehand, which have mysteriously disappeared now. So, we're going to have to wait and see what the fuck happens. But I don't think, even if mod support was for the PlayStation 4, I probably wouldn't download mods because they have a tendency of breaking games. So yeah, that's my take on it. The other winner between the devs would be Ubisoft, and that's where I kind of threw everything around for Bethesda. Sorry about that. So Ubisoft showed Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, a new Ghost Recon, and I gotta say, even though I'm only probably gonna pick up Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I have to say that Ghost Recon looked pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, I would say that I would check out Ubisoft again. However, from this year we know that they can't really focus, they can't really multitask that well. So, like I said, I would take Ubisoft with a grain of salt, because we saw what happened last time when they focused their abilities on multiple projects, and a lot of their projects that they promised on the last E3 turned out to be kind of lackluster. Yeah, but that's my take on E3 this year. So this is GuanYu007 signing out.
No, I was gonna DPS maybe with a side